Hello, scholars. This video is meant to be a quick tutorial on using JSTOR. JSTOR is one of the best tools out there if you are doing research, especially if you're doing research in the humanities and you know how to use it. If you are doing research in law or journalism, you're probably going to want to use LexisNexis, but LexisNexis is something that's going to require a lot more than a single video to explain. So this is designed to sort of help you get the most out of your JSTOR experience. It's going to be very useful if you are a high school student or if you are a university student and you're looking to do a major research project, possibly for the first time. So when you get into JSTOR, you should see something like this at the top of your screen. Mine says access provided by University of Cincinnati. That happens to be where I am right now. And that's how I accessed JSTOR. But whatever school you are at, you should see access provided for or by there at the top of the screen. If you're not seeing that, you are only going to get access to the free content that JSTOR has, which is a vanishingly small percentage of the total amount of research that they have available. So let's get into actually using JSTOR. So when you first log in, this is the screen you're going to see. You are going to see sort of the basic search tool, and this is the difference between a JSTOR Pro and a JSTOR Scrub. A scrub is not just someone who is hollowing out the side of their best friend's ride. It is someone who is making things more frustrating and harder for themselves when they're doing research. Let's take an example. Let's say that you have a world history class and your professor has asked you to examine a Marxist thought in China. Okay, so you log on to JSTOR with that big sunny grin on your face and think, oh, this will be easy. I'll just type in Marxism and China, and it's going to give me the results. Here we go. So as you can see, I got 28,498 results from that. Let's just look at some of them. Constructive postmodernization and ecological Marxism. Yeah, no. Racing the paper dragon, China's high-tech drive, implications for the United States. Nope. Semi-feudalism, semi-colonialism, afterlives of Chinese communism, political concepts from Mao to Xi. Okay, that one might work. It's open access too. And then we have some book chapters, eco-civilization, something about Marx in Germany. So as you can see, like just looking at the first page of 25 pages, we have one result that even closely resembles what we're looking for. So let's try that again. And this time I'm going to show you how a pro does it. A pro ignores this entirely. This is window dressing. This is there to just catch the scrubs. What you want to do is click on this here or this here, the advanced search. This is how a pro actually goes about using JSTOR. And as you can see, the search features here are very, very different. So I'm going to try to break down each part of it for you so that you have a better idea of what you need to be doing. First of all, this is your actual search box here. And as you can see, there are two of them, and you can actually add more. And these can be customized, and it's something that you want to actually do. So if I type Marxism and China, just by doing that and having this word "and" in here, what I'm doing is I'm narrowing my search. As you can see, there are several options here. And means that whatever thing you look at, the text has to have both Marxism and China in it. Or means it can have either. Not means that you're excluding them. So let's say I want to exclude Xi Jinping. There we go, not G. And you can keep on going with these near 5, 10, and 25. That means that they have to be within 5, 10, or 25 words of each other. So if you're looking for a very specific statement or even a title, that's a really great way to narrow your search. You can also fix the fields as to where you want to look. So if you know the author, or if you're looking for a specific author, this one here is going to be your best bet. Let's say you're a communications major and you want to do social penetration theory. You're going to want to search Erwin Altman in the author. You're going to get all of his stuff. Title is what's actually in the title. Abstract, most papers in the humanities have an abstract. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a one-paragraph blurb at the very beginning of a research paper which tells you what it's about. But most fields don't require abstracts, so you're not always going to get a hit on the abstract. So yeah, these are ways to further narrow down your field. If you leave to all fields, it's going to search the abstract, it's going to search the title, and it's going to search the actual text to try to find these terms. You can add as many or as few search boxes as you want. As far as content I can access, yeah, obviously you want to make sure that it's content you can access. If you're logging in through your school, you should have access to just about everything. Here's another really important way to narrow your results. You're going to want to look for articles if there are chapters of books available. What you don't want to look for is reviews. So most research journals have a massive section dedicated to reviews. And what they are, basically 700-word short essays written by academics about new books in the field. They're there to tell people, hey, here's a book about this topic and whether or not it's worth reading. You don't need any of that. So just by getting rid of reviews, you are cutting out a huge chunk of what is on JSTOR. You can do research reports depending on the type of material you're looking for. This is going to be very useful in the sciences. And I usually just leave miscellaneous blank. Language can be important if you are dealing with foreign countries. I don't read Han Chinese, so I'm going to go ahead and select English. Publication date can be useful if you're looking for a specific article or set of articles. You can either do it by year or you can set a range. If you know the journal that you're searching for, you would put it here, and if there's a book, you can use the ISBN. And then even if we go even further down, this essentially gives you a complete list of every single type of journal that is available. So if we look at, let's just select anthropology here, we have 94 anthropology titles, and here they are. So if you know you're looking for a specific journal, this is another way to access it, but it's also a way to sort of narrow down what you're looking for. I know that my subject is not going to be criminology and criminal justice. If I don't check anything here, it's going to search through all of them. So let's say I'm going to look in economics. I'm going to look in history. Let's do political science. Why not? And let's just see what we found. So as you can see, I have gone from 28,000 entries to 6,402 entries. And right off the bat, I've got some book chapters that are a little bit more relevant to my search, but not by much. So when I see this, what that means is I'm still casting my net too wide. So let's go back and let's just look at articles in English. Let's just look at history. We'll cut economics out of the mix. We'll cut out economics. We'll cut out political science. Again, we want to look at, let's add another search term. So we'll do Marxism. We'll do China. We'll do not Xi. And we'll do Mao. And let's just see what we find now. And now I'm down to 499 search results. Here we have, this is specifically about Chairman Mao and the Great Leap Forward, Stalin versus Mao's socialist economic transformation, the Sino-Soviet split, So depending on what I'm looking for, these are much, much more specific to a certain date and time, and much, much more specific to a certain rule. 400 search results. These are typically organized by relevance, at least according to the search. And you can see here's where it found the text. So all I have to do is just breeze through this, and I'll know whether or not it's relevant to me. Very, very useful tool if you know what you're doing. Once you have started to find what you're looking for, there are a couple things more that you can do. You can look at an article directly in JSTOR, and I won't do that too long because this is copyrighted material, but there it is, directly linked. You can also download a PDF, which is something I recommend. And finally, you can get citations, and it auto-generates citations in MLA, APA, and Chicago, the three most commonly used citation formats. All you have to do is copy and paste these. In fact, they even allow for export directly into some of the more common citation software tools here, so you can just go ahead and build your reference list as you go along, which is something that I highly, highly recommend you do. Do not wait to build your citation list. Do not neglect your citation list. There is nothing worse than being in the middle of writing a paper, having a perfect, delicious little quote, and not knowing where it came from, and then having to search through notes, having to redo all of your searches to try to find where that quote came from because you forgot to write down the citation. So make sure that you are using this tool all the time. And if you do that, you will be a JSTOR baller. You will be a pro at using JSTOR. So I hope this has been useful to you, and I will see you next time.